The old man, Henderson, had always been a creature of habit. Predictable. It's what made him so easy to dispose of. A slight adjustment to his nightly brandy. A substance tasteless, colorless, and utterly untraceable after a few hours. I watched him from the shadows of the library, his favorite wingback chair his final throne. He sipped, sighed contentedly, and then silence. Perfect. I allowed a respectable hour to pass before discovering him. The feigned shock, the frantic call to the authorities. I played my part flawlessly. The house staff were hysterical, easily manipulated. They'd seen nothing, heard nothing. Why would they? I was the grieving niece, always so attentive to dear Uncle Theodore. Detective Reynolds was assigned. A plotter, I thought. He asked the usual dull questions, his gaze sweeping the opulent room, missing everything. He noted the brandy glass, the peaceful look on Henderson's face. Likely a heart attack, given his age and lifestyle, he'd mumbled to his partner. Music to my ears. The initial autopsy was inconclusive, just as I'd researched. Natural causes seemed the most probable conclusion. My inheritance, vast and unencumbered, was almost within grasp. I even managed a few convincing tears at the reading of the will. Days later, Reynolds called me back to the estate. Just a few loose ends, Miss Verity, he said, his tone mild. We sat in the same library, the air still thick with Henderson's absence. We re-examined Mr. Henderson's routine, Reynolds began, placing a small, sealed plastic bag on the antique coffee table. Inside was a book, Henderson's nightly companion, a worn copy of Meditations. His bookmark, Reynolds continued, tapping the bag, was 3 chapters further than where he usually stopped. He always read precisely 2 chapters before his brandy, and then retired. Every single night. His valet confirmed this. His housekeeper confirmed this. I felt a prickle of unease. Such a trivial detail. The only way he would have read further, Reynolds pressed on, his eyes suddenly sharp, is if his routine was disrupted before his brandy. If, perhaps, he was waiting for something, or someone. He leaned in. And then there's the matter of the library's cleaning schedule. The staff are adamant. This room was dusted and polished thoroughly on the morning of his death. Yet, we found a single fresh fingerprint. Yours, Miss Verity, on the underside of the small table where he kept his brandy. A table one wouldn't normally touch unless, say, one was steadying oneself while carefully pouring something into a glass, perhaps from a small, concealable vial. He paused. It seems, Miss Verity, you were in this room with him, altering his brandy, and he, unknowingly, read a little extra while waiting for you to finish your task. The book, and that single print, tell a story of a routine broken and a life deliberately taken. My carefully constructed world shattered, not by some grand piece of evidence, but by 3 extra chapters and a misplaced touch. The devil, as they say, is always in the details.